I'm planning on sharing screens, but if we need to, we can. All right. Perfect. Do I have a motion to begin?
You do have a motion to, I'm motioning for Val to become a voting member tonight.
Let's start with a motion to start, and then we can do it.
Yes, oh yeah, motion to start.
Second.
Second by Jim. All right, perfect. All right.
I need
Now your
more
motion.
coffee. Now I'm going to motion Val to be a voting member tonight.
Second.
All right. Perfect. Here we go. All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. There we go.
Thank you. Yes, now, yes, thank you.
we go.
Sorry, it's been a long day, so.
All right.
No, I get it. I just need a little more of this.
So I printed out copies of our current budget, which is one of these. I have 2024's budget. I have our current to-date budget here. And then I have the proposed budget for 2026 in the fancy Excel sheet here. Bob, I know you had some hopes with our budget here, so I'm kind of using tonight as an open forum, kind of for discussion. I don't really know.
I'm going to spit this out real quick.
Let's do it.
Are you aware that these numbers, you validated the numbers?
They are.
There's a problem with some of the systems. I know we had some budgets that
Yep.
for a select board.
To my knowledge, these numbers are correct. The one that you see for this year, which is, yeah, the one for this year, that one, the only error on this form there is the salary seasonal line there. That shows that it's currently been overspent. That needs to be, the funds that overspent needs to be moved towards the funds that were from the warrant article. So currently it was taken out of the wrong fund account, but Julie, who's our new town admin, will be making that swap. She said she's gonna try to do it today, but if not, hopefully in the very near future, she's gonna make that swap. So I have a note here that it was $12,111 was voted to come from unreserved fund balance. So that's what was used on top of the funds that was in the budget last year. Which one? No, which one?
I just want to see that one.
Oh, that's just my
Sorry.
note from
Yeah.
Jillian there. So I have 2024, 2025, 2026 budget. The only change to our budget for 2026 is just, as the warrant article stated, that the rest of the salary that was put under the unreserved balance is now on our actual budget. That's the only change that was brought forward to this budget, and because of the salary increase, it did slightly increase the FICA Medicare line as well.
So originally it was 14,280, went to 35.
It was
12,100.
It was 14,000 in 2024, correct. The position was approved, and the 12,000 was brought in on top of that 14.
Yeah, because the warrant
That math's
article
not
was
adding.
for the remainder of the year.
Correct.
So it was prorated.
Correct.
Yes.
But I see where Bob's coming, because that math's not mathing for me. That would come out to roughly 26,000. I'm tracking you there, so I don't know where that money. No, you're right, because that is not what my understanding was. Let me quickly pull up the warrant article, because I have that information here. That's why it's a discussion. I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. No.
16 weeks or whatever that salary line is.
Yep. Let me pull it up real quick. Warrant article. This was for last year.
Depending on the year, it could be 13 weeks or 16 weeks.
Right.
So this might be the answer. This potentially is the 14,000 was what was in there previously. That 12,000 that was added was the remainder of the year. So that missing money, I believe, is that January to March window potentially. Well, I'm checking to confirm that, but I have here September to December 2025. A total of 26 to 20. I have 26 to 26, but it's within $100 roughly. So that's what I have here. So that was only September to December was what that increase was, which was $19,000.
So typically it's 16 weeks, right?
16 weeks at,
Take that, 52 weeks in a year. 14,280 is for the full year.
sorry.
No.
No, I
It
think that was
wouldn't
the
have been
remainder of the
because
year.
the summer camp was already funded.
Sorry?
So you already had, if you
No,
already had,
14,280 was the
was
previous
the
year.
previous year.
Right.
You just added 12,111, which only, well, so that was the whole year. So I have to do a calculation of
Jason made more than 14,000.
divided by 36 equals,
Summer
Right?
camp paid.
Well, that was,
36.
summer camp was the 14,000.
Mhm.
I believe the 12,000 addition was from August to the end of the calendar year.
That's the difference. So the difference is for the beginning part of the year that would cover. That's what gets you to 35.
I'm
so
trying
if
to,
you take the 14,280 and divide that up for 52 weeks, because that was what was budgeted. That gets you to.
that was only for the summer months.
It was
The
only
14,000 was only summer.
Right.
Only do that for the summer?
Correct, that
Right.
was a seasonal, that was a summer camp director previously.
Right.
So it was
That's
for 16 weeks, I believe, roughly.
Yeah,
That was from
so
May to the end of August, or halfway through August.
That was what was in the 2025.
Right.
$892.50 a week.
I would have to go back and check that. I don't know that. I mean,
You're telling me it's only for summer.
it was only, I can tell you it was only for
16
summer.
weeks. If I take 14,280.
Is it?
Yeah, that's probably
divided by
about right.
16, comes to $892.50. If I take the 12,111,
I could do-
which is part-time for the whole year, but only at 36 weeks, because that started in March,
Mhm.
after the meeting.
Right.
Started.
April.
So that gives you 36 weeks, that's $336.
Because it's just over $22 an hour.
Right.
Jason.
Well, so 20, I went to 22 with my current role. Previously, I was at 20, I believe, as a summer camp director.
Right.
Yeah, but we might have budgeted for 22 an hour.
Right.
I mean, that was before my time, so I couldn't speak to that part.
So that makes sense. So that was for the 16 weeks.
Before.
And
So you're doing, oh, we're just gonna do this now, right? $22 an hour?
Currently, correct.
Times 25 hours a week?
25 and a half. 25 and a half hours, yeah.
Right.
16 and 36, yeah.
Mhm.
I'm trusting your math. I just don't have that.
22 times
Eight.
25
Yep.
equals $561.
I got that. Yep. And then for 16
Times
weeks.
16 weeks
Just-
equals 8,976.
Yep, following you.
What's the proposal for your new rate?
It'd be, I think it's a 66 cent increase. It's on the 20. I believe I was Jim Hajar told me to do a 3% increase. Is what was. That's what the form was requesting.
22,
66, correct.
times 25.5 equals 577.83 times 36 equals 20,081.
Well, so this is where I get tricky. So I don't mean to. I'm gonna add an extra step. Well, Bob, I'm gonna add an extra step in there because those summer months are 40-hour weeks. So currently it's 25 and a half hours from August to May, and then May to August is 40 hours. So that's why I'm weird compared to everybody else.
So we're gonna do that.
Yeah, no, that's
Well, that's overall for the budget, but we still need to figure out what the budget is. So you're still gonna make 8,976 for the first 16 weeks.
correct.
Then you do 16 weeks during the summer.
16 weeks of summer at 40
20
hours.
weeks at 25.25. With the new rate.
Correct.
22.66 times
16 weeks.
25.5 hours times 20 weeks equals 11,556.
Should have brought a pen.
I know Val's following me.
Yeah.
You gotta get following my thought process, right?
Yep.
So then if I take 22.66 times 40 times 16 weeks, that's 14,502.40. Now I take all these numbers together.
All right.
8,976. 8,976 plus the 11,556.60 plus 14,502.40. 35,035.
I have 35,237, so it's slightly, so it's slightly off.
So we're slightly off.
Let's get it up.
I agree. This, yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Because if you're gonna budget for it,
Well, that's the number. This is what I'm throwing Andy under the bus here. This is what Andy had drafted before he left, so I'm inheriting what he had
I hate fuzzy
provided.
math, so
Nope,
let's
we
So
can
it's-
we can adjust
We
that.
can remove $202.
Yeah.
perfect,
From
because
that line.
Before you submit it to the select board, you want to
I agree with you.
Yeah,
agree
you
with
gotta be able to go in front of a group and explain how you got your numbers.
Nope,
Yep.
I agree with you. Yep,
And now, I know not to make myself dangerous, right? No, no.
sure.
Yeah.
So gotcha. So now we're where we're
Right.
supposed to be at.
Yep.
So that was the only increase, as I mentioned, as opposed. Well, I can't talk. The only increase, and in addition, there was the FICA Medicare, and that increase was based off of the numbers that Jim Hajar provided for the FICA Medicare. This sheet was provided from him to me, so that's why
So it's gotta be corrected, right?
the new number. Yes,
Remember,
yes,
So Jim's gonna have to readdress the FICA Medicare,
well, it's something I should hopefully should be able to make that adjustment myself. But yes,
the percentages, make sure
Sure.
it's in line.
sure.
Because
Yeah.
ultimately it changes what the total bottom is.
No, I
Yes.
agree.
We have 4% cap,
Mhm.
right? So revenue in the warrant,
Sure.
Right.
Nope, I'm with you. So at the end, we're probably talking a couple $100.
Yep.
So
Yeah, but on a small budget,
I will-
a couple $100 makes a big
No.
percentage difference.
I
It
wasn't, I
does,
wasn't trying to
yeah.
display that. I was saying that we'll
That's why
correct
if
it,
you
but
look
I
at
think
it,
we
you
can
got
still.
147% increase. even though
Sure.
I was joking with her about the health officer.
Sure.
They threw an extra buck in it,
Mhm.
100% increase. I only had a
Gotcha.
dollar.
Yeah.
But now I take out that
Sure.
buck, I only lose 50%.
Sure. Well, what I was getting at is for tonight's conversation, we're still within range where we can still have accurate conversations. I will make those corrections though when we actually bring
Yeah.
this to the select board.
Yep.
But I personally say we're in a acceptable range of
Yeah.
accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
Electric, 6,200.
Correct. That's what we have. Yep.
When are you guys turning off the lights? 'Cause I've gone by sometimes and the lights are all on.
I've been notified of that. Yes. That's a
That means your
collection
meter's
of
doing
users.
this for no reason.
Yeah, so it's a collection. I know we've had some field users who are using I know like the garage has been light's been left on. I've heard about those, and I'm usually the one because I live here in town that runs over and turns them off when I do get notified of it. The rec center, I haven't seen that as much being left on as much, but we do rent the facility out, so that is used most weekends. Aside
that's-
from other programs that we offer.
So
on a-
that's probably a high priority for where I would say if it's renters, because I mean, I drive by there fairly often
Mm.
and I only see the exterior lights
Sure.
on. However, if we're getting more rentals, which we are, we need to make that clear, like,
Sure.
or have more signs in the rec that all lights must be off.
Mhm.
Because when we used to house the dance there, that was like the biggest
Well,
thing,
so
like, make
that's what I was
sure
getting-
everything's off.
The problem that I've observed the most is the garage. The building itself
yep.
has not been a problem to my
Okay.
knowledge at all. It's just been used a lot more recently.
Yeah,
So, and that's one thing that's somewhat hard for us to control because it's used by
right.
different people.
Mhm.
But it would be possibly a room for improvement to
Sure.
put in
Yeah.
motion sensors.
Yeah,
That's what I have in my office building, just so we have put in
yeah,
because
it's
no one
easier.
shuts lights off.
No,
It's like, I can tell you right now.
I can go through
all
my own house and be
kids
like, well,
kind of empty nesting now.
Mhm.
The last one is in college,
There you
and I almost had a heart attack. I got my bill and I'm like,
go.
oh,
It's always the kids.
It went from like
Sure.
480
Yep, to like, yep,
173, and I'm like,
yep. Oh,
this is awesome, wanna go to dinner?
yep, yeah. Nobody,
I get
nobody
you.
come home to visit. Yeah.
So,
It's just something to keep an eye out, so I
Sure.
look like, where can we trim? I'm concerned that, electric.
Well, that's what it did. It went up.
It did.
So,
You gotta see my bill.
yeah, well, yes, we know this, this is what always happens. Remember, this is 55% of the bill, and the rest comes out of the revolving.
Right.
Okay, so
How much comes out of the revolving?
45%.
45%.
So just keep that in mind, that yes, that's the budget, we don't ever get to go over our electric bill, even when the electric bill goes up, it comes out of the revolving account.
Right.
So the more you
And when-
rent it, the more.
Yeah, and so, like, years where oil has skyrocketed, the town didn't pay any more money, it came out of the revolving, or the town budget, I should say. It came out of the revolving. So you're familiar with how this all works with the rec? Okay.
Oh, I think I was the original member. He's setting up the ERC, building and everything else. I like that. I kind of model this one.
Yeah.
And there's not much else to really cut, I mean, you got telephone, communications, I
Right.
assume that's the alarm and stuff over there?
we have a landline for emergency use.
Yeah.
Because
That has to
it's the emergency shelter in town, so we
Right.
have to have a landline in there, and it comes out of our budget.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm aware.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, you could cut electric, because last year we had 6,200 budgeted, but the total expenditure was like 4,300 and
But we may
change.
have not gotten our bills.
Right,
And
right.
Actually, this is only through October, so it's like 2 months. Probably
I'm talking
not.
24 budget. Yeah, period expenditure says 43,
Yeah, it was
42,
less.
and we were budgeted 63.
Now,
So that's
what-
1,800 to change. If I'm on the select board, I'm gonna ask, why do we need
Well, here's
1,800 extra?
what Val was bringing up is we're still missing our bill
We
from the
don't have our
town.
bills.
Right,
We're still missing, and that would be.
From
left off.
2024?
Correct.
yep.
Okay,
So-
so there is extra money that's. still
Potentially,
needs
I
to
don't
be
know, I
paid.
haven't seen the bill at all.
Gotcha. Wow, crazy.
We haven't gotten a bill.
So, fun,
So funny you mentioned that.
I was doing some digging on that. To my knowledge, so this is, I want to dig in because I wasn't seeing any credit on our bills at all. So what I went out to Eversource, and they're supposedly claiming that they've been cutting the town a check for that money instead of putting it on our bills. I left it in Jillian's lab at that point saying I can't really pursue this further because I don't have access to all the rest of the town stuff for that one. So I don't know where it's gone after that, but I know it's not being reflected on our
We usually
bills.
get credit for municipal buildings.
Mm-hmm.
On the board, I actually used to give them my electric usage at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. You can use that to get as much credits as you can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, to my knowledge, we're not getting any credit from. To my knowledge, we're not getting any credit from that.
Supposed to be, at least historically, be an allocation based on municipal buildings. because
Yes.
That's how they get their credits.
Rec
Yes.
has not gotten that.
No.
To my knowledge. So
We also haven't gotten our bill since last October.
Right.
to the town.
We don't know what we owe the town.
You don't get it monthly?
We're supposed to get it quarterly.
We're supposed to get it, a
Right.
minimum quarterly is what they agreed to, we haven't received it in a year.
Right.
Figure out why that was.
Uh-huh.
The town was in
Right.
chaos.
And then,
Yes.
so, I know, when I was looking through some of the financial stuff, fire department was getting all the credit.
Oh,
For the-
Because
wow.
they're at the fire department,
Yes.
so they
Right.
got, so they were like,
Makes sense, it's the address.
we just got
Right.
all this money.
Yes.
No, you didn't get all that
We
money.
have not
That's supposed to be
historically
money.
gotten
Yeah,
anything
not-
that we'd
no.
like a portion of it,
Well,
Yeah.
because they have to take.
because I'm sure they're using our bill as part of. their
Yes.
thing.
Well, that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Because we only get, you only get so much credit. So it's how much did you use, how much did the highway
Sure.
department use, how much did this building use, how much did the library use?
Yeah.
Mm.
So they have to take all those municipal
Yeah.
buildings and then
Mhm.
they basically submit it and then they say, great, here's your offset.
Yeah.
Because that's the purpose of having them. And we paid off those solar things, so it's just revenue
Correct,
generated
yeah.
at this point.
That's a
That
big,
has to
that's a
be-
big thing.
That's one I would definitely encourage you to get some Julie.
Yeah.
Okay.
She needs to dig into that because it has to be proportionately.
Sure.
Yes.
Well, I brought it to Jillian's attention before Julie was brought on. So Jillian, but now that we have Julie, I'll definitely bring it to her attention as
Yeah,
well.
for sure.
And she was doing finance, so
Yeah.
I'm
Correct.
sure
Yeah.
she's new to
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep,
I know there's an equation for it.
sure, that's,
I remember that from years ago.
mhm.
I haven't been on the budget committee for 9 years ago.
Mm.
Since I've sat on, but I know that
I
I was
used to
there
do-
when they
yeah.
they voted to put those in.
Yeah,
Yep.
2016, I believe,
We
is
were
when that
on
whole thing
7
was.
years and 2 years.
Yeah, we had to pay them
Right.
off, and then we had an option to buy, and we
Right.
basically bought it out.
Yeah.
So we could actually reap
Get
the
some money
benefits
from
from
it, yeah.
all of
Right.
it.
2016 is when that application was submitted to Department of Energy, so yeah.
So I remember that we paid it off early, so that way we could say, we want all the credit ourselves.
Mhm.
But with that,
Fire department might not be happy if they owe money retroactively.
Well, so the tough part is,
So-
I don't think you bought that.
Yeah.
Probably not, right?
Probably
But for
not.
this year,
Yeah.
before it gets allocated out,
Yeah.
It's only
you
fair.
guys
Right.
need to say, I want to,
Yeah.
allocate.
We want our,
Yep.
yeah.
no, I agree.
Yeah, for all the town
1000%.
entities, like you say, library, every piece, we should at least know from
Sure.
a town perspective how that money's
Right.
being
Well, it
spent.
has to be allocated properly. So
Right.
if I get a revenue, an offset, it's an offset. So if I get an offset that's coming to us, they're cutting us a check on electric,
Mm-hmm.
and it's $40,000, and it's 4 buildings, and you just get $10,000. I want my $10,000.
Right.
Sure.
I
Yep.
don't want the fire department going,
Woo,
woohoo,
20
I
grand.
got 40 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, everybody get, yeah,
So
no.
sorry for you all.
Yeah.
So
All right.
you gotta make sure you're looking at that.
Yeah, yeah.
You wanna see what are you guys using for electric? 'Cause they're using your electric bill in
Mhm.
order to take the maximum benefit they can get off the solar.
Yep.
I'm following. All right. With any other line items that we wanted to discuss?
The heating oil would be the.
Expenses down to $1, huh? You guys have
So
information on this, or is that all volunteer?
Landon, Trails Expense, it's like a sub-organization, and it gets stuck under us. They don't spend any money, they don't need any
Right.
money, they have us keep the line item for them.
Yeah.
in case
We
they
currently only
want
have one member on the
to.
committee as well, I believe.
Yeah.
Just a one-person committee at this point.
Right.
Yeah, so it's been $1, and that's where it stayed
Forever.
for like,
Yeah.
so not a lot of involvement.
Yeah.
Believe me, we do work on the trails, and we like as the rec does,
Mm-hmm.
but that's what that's for.
Yep.
Town events.
Currently, all town events are run out of the revolving fund.
Yeah.
It used to be, typically it was like $300, and it was like for bunny breakfast,
Right.
which we still do, we just don't do food and stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Portable toilets, we stay the same.
That stays the same, correct?
Yeah.
When-
It's just whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, although it costs more than that every year, we just fund the other
So
chunk of
the way
rent.
that it's broken down is that 2250 there, it covers the cost of 2 porta potties
Yeah.
on our facilities year rounds, and then we pay out of pocket for any remainder or any events that we bring additional porta potties onto the facility.
Right.
So that budget helps cover the year round use of bathrooms at the facility. Sorry?
It's portion
Oh,
rent.
no, it's, yep.
Are we done talking about toilets, and now we're talking about air?
I'm thinking about how to save you guys money, right? Like,
Yeah.
So if I got forced hot air and the building is pretty much not being used all the time, but you guys are heating it to whatever temperature, do you guys have programmable thermostats that drop it down to like
Yes.
60 and then
We
it
do.
goes back up to 70?
Mhm.
We have
So nobody goes to use it.
Programmable and locked thermostats.
Yeah.
So it drops.
Very smart. move.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drops down to
Very
60 or
smart.
something, or
I don't know the
There's-
schedule, but yes, there
Yeah.
is a schedule.
note to self.
Yep.
I'm
they
pretty
do.
sure we have them set at 68,
Yeah.
68 degrees.
You can drop them down to 60 and nobody's there.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
if you go
so
to 70, you can actually put a circulator pump on your heating water doesn't freeze. So you put a circulator pump
Mhm.
on your water pipes.
So the tough part is the in and out of people. Because
Right.
we do have exercise groups that go in there. We have a yoga crew.
Yep.
We do have people that rent the facility.
Yep. We could drop it at night possibly. We have to put the new heating system in, right? So
Right.
that there's gonna be new thermostats with that.
Anyway,
so we
yeah.
can look into probably even
Program
better
level.
ones that we
Probably
haven't.
do like the
Yeah, the
that you
nests
can
are
do an
great.
app and,
Remote.
yes.
I believe
You
the
have
quotes that
Wi-Fi
we've
over there, right?
correct.
Yes.
I believe the quotes that we received had remote thermostats. So
Yes,
you could remotely change.
that,
those.
yeah, it did,
I believe
Yep.
And
so.
we pay for the Wi-Fi.
right.
Town doesn't pay for the Wi-Fi, right?
To my knowledge, correct.
Yeah, we pay the complete bill for the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, Comcast. I pay that.
Right.
Well, the town does use it every time they have meetings and all sorts of stuff over
Yeah.
there, but the rec does put the bill for it.
We're a tight budget.
Yep.
The dues and subscriptions, that's just, they go to a conference, that's all it is.
We
Yeah.
we're members of the NHRPA. Well,
Yeah.
whoever fills Andy's seat, but myself
Right.
currently am a member of the NHRPA.
Yeah, I look at primarily like the bigger numbers. So
Sure.
I'm looking at like $5,600
Right.
And that well, that's for like aeration, just mowing, stuff like that. No, I believe mowing is actually
Yeah, mowing's done by the
town.
town.
I was gonna say that's the budget.
But
It's
it's
the
all the other
aeration, the other maintenance.
Fertilizers. we
Yeah.
have
Irrigation
lawn-
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know we overspend
Does
that line.
include your
Yeah,
Yes,
Mhm.
I know our total bill for the year is roughly around $15,000.
Yeah.
So we foot the other 10,000.
Correct.
yeah.
I believe this year Andy he'd overspent that line by almost $2,000
I
this
would
year.
coming in with a sheet.
Mhm.
I like sheets.
Okay.
So I would add a line that you guys actually pay out of the revolving
Jason.
fund to get credit.
I set you up
Yeah.
with an Excel last year that did that.
Yes,
Like,
I have that.
if
Yes.
you-
Right.
If you update it with this, it's hard because we don't have our bills.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna hit Julia and find out what the
Yeah.
offset is on your solar.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta get the electric bills, because they have to be done, because we're gonna have to reconcile it.
Yep.
No, just in general, we don't actually necessarily have all of our.
Right.
You usually won't, that's why typically they don't close out the thing until February.
We don't have them for the last year.
Right. Yeah.
2024.
Let's get on it. Yeah.
Well,
Let's
we've
get
been
on it.
yeah we've had several conversations.
The good thing is I know Julie's there,
Yeah, so she
and
gets.
she was town admin before.
Yeah.
Last I
You guys
spoke with
love to be neighbors.
Julie, she said it was a work in progress. That's all I had. So
Yeah.
Jason, if you could use that spreadsheet that I made last
yes,
year.
I have that. Yes.
As
Yeah.
like your base and just update it with, because we even have the historical numbers and then
Right.
we did the year over year.
Yeah.
I think it was 2018 to 2025.
Yeah, I
Right.
think I went all the way back to 2018 to show what
Like what?
the
How?
rec paid versus
Yeah.
the town budget paid, like what the expenses were. So if we could just do that again for them.
'Cause that's gonna be awesome, like, if you guys come in and I say, oh, $15,000 came out for land maintenance by the revolving account. And we're budgeting for 6.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It just helps
Okay.
to know why we're not, the good thing is there's 0% increase, right?
Sure.
So most of your thing is 0% increase.
The only increase we did was just the warrant article. That's
Right.
all we didn't touch Andy's line. I shouldn't say Andy's the recreation director. We didn't touch that because currently we don't even know. That might be a decrease depending on who's hired in that capacity.
Right.
Is the south? We don't know, but that's that's above my head. But that most likely, unless you guys hire someone at exactly what Andy was making, that's going to be a decrease on that line as well as the FICA Medicare, New Hampshire
The only good
retirement.
thing I can say is a lot of the applications that I've been seeing, a lot of stuff,
Hmm.
surprising.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Bye.
If you can start tomorrow.
Mm.
Right. Yeah.
So one thing we've always tried to not do is do salary out of the revolving
Revolving.
account.
Right.
It's a slippery slope,
No,
that's why.
yeah.
Once you start doing it, well, the same thing you already learned that with, I would say, with land maintenance,
Yeah,
right? If you look back to 2018, what were you paying in 2018?
Oh yeah.
so.
Have your fees increased?
Yeah, it's gone up a little.
Yeah,
Fees
a
for
little
programs
bit.
have. We are
Not
Andy and I were in the
astronomical.
process of readjusting our field rates for field rentals.
Yeah.
I haven't had the chance to really revisit that since he's left. And we have just started the process of redoing our rental system for
Right.
the facility hall. So hopefully we're starting to see some of those increases, but I know we've made slight changes to our program fees.
You're gonna
Still
wanna
trying to keep
take-
affordable.
I would encourage you to better operate the town,
Hmm.
we're doing an assessment of our fees that we have to town. Because now we're really low. We have to get in line with everyone else. So, for building permits,
Sure.
inspections, all of those stuff, we're taking it. So we're gonna take some rate on that. Highly encourage you guys to look at taking some rate, because your salaries are going up.
Sure. You need,
Why are your rates not going up?
Right.
I know.
Let's keep everything consistent.
I know we've done that with like summer camp's a great example. As we paid the counselors more, we brought on more staff because we have more kids. We have, increased the rate of summer camp. I know when it comes to sports in general, we've always tried to be the more cheap, more affordable option as opposed to the Seacoast United and all those who charge
You guys
an
can
arm and a leg.
compete.
Exactly. So
My
we,
son was in soccer.
yeah. So we,
Oh, yeah.
Didn't even close.
so we've tried to be the more affordable option due to that. But I
Right.
mean, we can definitely probably look at other recreational programs in the area. But my guess is we're already probably pretty close in terms of recreational.
Yeah, because rec soccer, right?
Sure.
Right.
Somebody that's kind of a soccer
Yeah.
guy. that was playing soccer.
And it's also
Yeah.
the age group too, where
Yes.
we really specialize, I'd say, from pre-K to
Yeah.
fourth, sixth
Right.
grade. Like that's
Mine is Sunday, you guys
Yeah.
started at 5 and
Yeah.
10.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, same.
So that's why yeah. So we could definitely can evaluate rates if we need to, but I think my initial mindset is we're already probably pretty close to what we'd want to be ideally paying. Or,
Always look at different rates. So
Sure.
if you guys are going up on salary by 3%,
Mhm.
necessarily agree with the 3%. I would say.
Well, that was the number that I was
See what
given.
the industry is. I can tell you last year I got 1.2%. So
That was just the number that I was given. So do with
If I gave
what you
if
want.
I gave
But
you 25%,
I would not complain. A 25%
and I
increase.
would have laughed at you.
Yeah.
Right here, I would have.
Oh, I would have been. Yeah.
And now I just lost your warrant article.
Yeah.
The warrant article to remove it.
Sure.
And that's the danger, right?
Yeah.
If you get, somebody gets too greedy, what happens? They price themselves out of the market. Done.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right? So
Sure.
you gotta be reasonable. So
Yep.
the same thing works. I'd like to know that you guys are looking at taking some rate. $5, $3.
And we do it, so every year before they do look at rates, before they go into the stuff.
Right.
Maybe we should get more on a schedule, but it does get reviewed every year.
Right.
Summer camp's gone up every single year. Field has probably been 2 years since we went up. We went up huge last time we went up.
Are you,
Um,
to my knowledge, I think it's been longer than that. If I could be mistaken, but I think Andy was under the impression it's been a while since the field rate's been touched.
Okay, maybe it's been 3 years, but,
Yeah.
and then rentals did go up a couple years ago, like, we
Right.
do it
Yeah.
periodically. Some of the reasons we're hesitant to do some of the rate increases on the rentals is because of the whole website
Yeah.
stuff, and it's very difficult for us to make changes on there, and we're trying to get it so
Yeah.
we can actually book and do it.
Trust me, I understand the website.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
yeah.
And I know that because I'm getting emails and they just keep falling off.
Yep.
Like, how do I only have 2? I know people have been emailing.
I'm
Yeah.
looking
I know.
forward,
Like I sent you 9 emails.
Yeah. Right.
I'm looking forward to when we can actually have people book the building
Yes.
online. I think we'll get a lot
Reserve it,
more
yeah.
rental
Oh, yeah.
income when the online booking
Yeah.
system works, because if
And
you
we've
have
been
to wait
talking
to
about
call,
that for a
especially
while.
now when we only have a part-time person in the office, you gotta wait to call and see
Right.
if you can get them on the phone to book it.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
we're missing rental opportunities for people wanna go on their phone and do it on the app. And that's gonna be big for us.
I'm getting one of my biggest time consumers right now is actually rentals. I think in the next 2 weeks, I think I have between 9 to 12 rentals
Yeah.
in the next 2 weeks here alone.
So, were you guys looking to have somebody that's helping you with the website?
That's me.
Mhm.
I've been in touch with Letty to try to get some help because she was one of the people who initially helped set it all up.
Right.
Obviously, there's other priorities, so I don't think I've been a big priority of hers, but she's been helpful in that process. I know Municipal One, who helps run the website. I've not been able to get in touch with their support team at all. I've gotten disconnected every single time I try to call. So that I don't
The
know.
town is.
That's
The town is, yeah.
that would be yeah, that'd be a Letty question maybe.
Mm.
So
Find another service, right?
Mm.
Like,
sure.
if you were paying for internet, you never could get on your internet, should
Yeah.
you continue with that vendor?
No.
No.
So
No, I'm
my
with you.
thought is we talk to Julie
Yeah.
and say, I need a viable contact for them,
Mhm.
because I know I had to reach out to Block 5.
Yeah,
About
those guys are
my-
great.
About my email. Reach out to Block 5.
Those guys are great.
My email doesn't work.
Sure.
Yeah.
Select board,
Yeah. Right.
they suck, 'cause
No.
my thing's not working.
Yeah.
That's all they do. They deliver the product.
Right.
Nope, I'm with you.
Just like I'm.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely say meet with her. When do you guys meet again?
Next week, a
Next
week from
week.
today.
The 22nd.
Try to get us the information before next week.
I can definitely. I'll be in the office. I don't know when her hours are, but I'll be in the office.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay. I'll be here for a couple hours on Friday. I'm on a conference tomorrow, so I won't be here in town. But I'll be here for a little bit on
So
Friday.
she's here on Friday.
Okay.
On Friday, you can also shoot her an email.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You want to check on what your electric bills are.
Yep.
You want to check what your offsets are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How about your pen?
Yes.
Hey.
My mind might work right now, but 50 million things running through my head. So
Electric
Electric
bills.
what your
Offsets.
What your offsets are for your electric. You use your electric bill. I want the first quarter, the second quarter, and the third quarter.
Yeah.
Correct.
So we don't have the fourth quarter, but I need the first, second, and third quarter.
We need fourth quarter from 2024.
Yep.
2024.
Yep. I don't know where they're at. That's
We haven't
that's above
not
me.
received a bill since October.
No.
2024.
Or
Correct.
so 2020.
And we've been hounding.
Then we need to know, she needs to give you a viable contact for your internet.
Oh, yeah.
To get that set
Well,
up.
for the website.
Website.
Website. Yeah, yeah.
You need to know for the website, who's the contact? You don't want just an 800 number.
Hmm.
Who do you talk to?
Sure.
Right.
Someone has to know who to talk to.
Right.
Because you blow up their phone.
Okay. I know when I asked.
My boss calls me back.
Sure.
I'll show you. Yes.
Gotcha. No, I can definitely follow up on that one. I know I originally asked Letty that question, and she just gave me the 1-800 number as well. So I'll see what I can do. I'll see.
I don't want to be talking to somebody in Poland or India.
I,
or
well, if I can even talk to someone, I got
Yeah.
disconnected every time I got to them.
Yeah.
So
if you can't get through,
sure.
would you bring your car to somebody like that? to
No.
fix? But you don't have to do that.
Right.
No, I get you.
Yep.
Can you welcome,
So
please?
I also want to clarify. We do get the electric bills. So like when each month we do get a bill because I have to write a voucher and give that to Jillian so that way she can pay the bill. So I do have. I'd have to ask her if we need the electric bills, but the offset I think is what we're looking for on that one. Unless we need the bills,
You're supposed to get them quarterly.
So there's.
we get the bill from the town.
The town bills, so it's all
Right.
our employee fees, because the town does our employees through payroll
Seasonal employees, that is.
and director.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
apologize. Yes,
Yep.
and then we pay back that.
Yeah, so you guys gotta reconcile that because right now you haven't even closed out your books. If we haven't closed that out.
Well, I believe all our books are all in the same thing now. I
Yeah,
believe it's all
that's
been
all
combined.
That's the QuickBooks mess.
Right.
That's all been
But I
merged
still
together.
gotta get those numbers, put them in.
Sure.
That's discussion.
Well, once again, that's above my. That's not.
I had that discussion with her last night. She was like, well, the new system hopefully will capture it. I'm like, crap in, crap out.
Sure.
I still gotta input all the data that wasn't put in there in the first place.
Right.
If I have $300,000 worth of stuff that's never been put in the system, this system doesn't care.
Sure.
Right.
It's all zeros.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
And I can look at that in the budget and go,
Mhm.
it's all zeros. So, oh, it's supposed to be in there.
Mm-hmm.
So be the squeaky wheel on that,
Okay.
especially if you're here and she's here.
Yeah.
Pull up a chair.
Mhm. Okay. Okay.
When can I have? Get a deadline,
Mhm.
because you guys are gonna present your budget when?
On the
On the
28th.
8th, yeah,
So 2 weeks. from now.
right,
Well, so my question, and this could be,
yep,
this is my first budget season, so I apologize if this is a dumb question.
There's no dumb questions.
No,
The ones that are dumb are the ones
never.
you're gonna answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Those three things are great things to have, and they'll help with the future. But will those affect this 2026 budget? Okay. I guess I'm not.
If
No,
I have an increase in electricity, maybe you guys should be asking for more.
Sure.
Or
Well,
maybe I can
but I
say-
think our idea is not to do that because we already recognize the
But-
increase that we're asking for.
But I also wanna know what you guys have been paying, and if you guys haven't been able to pay, I don't know what's coming out of the revolving.
Sure.
Bad numbers in, is bad numbers out.
Sure. Well, that's what I'm saying. Those are good numbers to know. But in the terms of we're not asking for that additional funds,
You're not
is that
asking
something that's
for
going to help?
additional funds, but that's gonna help you guys when you're presenting your budget. If I look at it and go.
using that's the other sheet.
Yeah, I'm
You
following
have
you.
everything
You
on
said it was $4,800
Yeah.
before, right?
yeah, in 2024.
So what have we spent so far year to date is my next question.
Yeah, so then,
Well, that should be. We have a year to date.
Right, so if we look at the twenty
Electric.
twenty-five numbers right here, year to date is 2975. We have budgeted 6,200 for the whole year.
There's
if
no
I'm
way.
looking to cut, if I'm looking to cut,
Sure.
and you're sitting in front of the select board, and I'm looking at it and I'm gonna go, I'm gonna make it 3,000. I just saved $3,200 off the budget. And you're gonna be like, well, you can't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, and I'm gonna be the guy that's gonna go, why not? And you're gonna go, well, because I don't have the numbers. That's my fault, why?
Sure. Well, all right. Once again, I apologize for these questions. But if that's the year to date, doesn't that give us a good picture of what we are currently looking at? We can't.
No, because
We can
we're
anticipate
still
what's ahead, but
3/4 of the year done.
yeah.
And it's saying we're only using half of our budget.
Sure.
And I'm
So
willing.
And we were
it
low the
doesn't
year
make sense.
before.
We're missing,
We were 2,000
this
off
is
the year
not an
before.
accurate year to date, I can promise you.
And I can
Okay.
guarantee your average electric bill's gotta be 400,
Oh, we're higher than that.
500 minimum.
Higher than that. I think our one of our last bills was in the over $1,100, I believe.
Cause yeah, probably because of AC.
Right,
2,200.
Yep.
You only spent, what is it, 2,000?
For-
If that's our electric bill, how come we only have 6,200 budgeted? Because the town pays half of it?
Yeah, it's split.
55%. We pay 45%.
But even
Yeah.
still, we're right on it.
I'm all over the place. Where's my phone?
7,260 bucks.
Looking at this electric, there's absolutely no way our current year expenditures are, it's not an
Yeah,
accurate
no,
number.
well, that's why I was gonna say, the number, I bet I spent more than that in my house.
mm-hmm,
Gotcha.
I don't have a rec bill.
Again,
I get you.
Your irrigation is run off electricity too.
right,
we've not been given all our things, and the accounting system has not
Right.
been running. QuickBooks has been changed how many times now?
I
Is
couldn't
it
tell
fixed?
you.
Are we using it?
That's well, I'm using it. So when I do my deposits and checks and stuff like that, I use that. But I don't know where our finance department is at in terms of.
Yeah, so it's
Past.
QuickBooks is incorporating that in, that's really, I would definitely put it on a fire pot, right? You've got 2 weeks before you have to come to the board. You're gonna have to meet with this board next week.
Right.
Before
Sure.
they're ready to prepare the budget for the next week. So technically, you have a week to gather all that information, to put it together in a nice, beautiful package. That you can be comfortable with it, and then when you go before the select board, or you're gonna have to ask the select board to punch you to give you another week.
mm-hmm,
And so you guys, as a board next week, that's the one thing you're gonna have to look at. Are we prepared to present this budget? Yes or no? If we're not, we're gonna have to say, hey, Julie, can you move me to another week and maybe move up police or whatever?
yes,
And who gives you this?
Jillian was the one who gave that to me.
Okay. Just tell by looking at some of this that the numbers are not, they're
Not
not
accurate.
accurate.
yeah.
Bob,
Same
what
thing-
areas do you think we need to be on more more on top of. I would say electric, I think heating, oil and gas. Is there any, and the salaries, obviously, is there any other line item that we need to dig into or be prepared for questions from the select board to be able to answer? Because I think tonight, if we go in front, just like, well, we had 6,200 budgeted last year, so we just kept it the same. I don't think that's a good answer. I think you need to be able to justify immediately on the spot why your numbers are what they are, because if I look at this and go, well, you budgeted 1,900 higher than you actually used in 2024, and you're on a run rate to be budgeted about 20-something hundred higher than you're actually gonna use for electric for this year. So why is that number 6,200?
Especially if
So you guys just you need to know all the numbers in your mind so that if Bob or anybody else, because we're not gonna have the most accurate numbers, but you need to have the justification as to why these numbers are what they are right here, and you know what questions are coming based on what he's saying right now.
Jason, if you look at the spreadsheet we set up last year,
Yes.
because you worked on that with me, I think it'll help you. Because I'm just looking at this, like, even general supplies, there's no way we've only spent $25.98 on toilet paper.
No.
Well, I know.
There's no way.
I go to
Well-
BJ's and I pull that.
Well, I know that the general, like, toilet paper, that's on the revolving account. Like, we'll just swipe our credit card at Walmart.
I understand that, but general
Right.
supplies, usually, we do spend the 500 every year.
Right.
And there's, who does the cleaning and is that all
That's
part of
town.
the revolving?
That's
Or is it
Town
town?
does that. That's
Yeah.
But it's not on this budget?
No, it's included. When, to my knowledge, the current people who clean this building, it was negotiated with the rec
To
center
go
as
over there
well.
and do that too,
Yeah.
okay. And then, verifying like your toilets and stuff like that, just verify that that price is there, so.
That one, the toilet I know is accurate because I've been on the phone with them all
Yeah, yeah.
last week and the week
Yeah.
before. That we're
Toilets.
25.
Good.
that we're at. We maxed out that 2,200, that 2,250 there, and now we're paying everything else out of the revolving account at this point.
Mhm.
And that's one thing, but that's where I think if you have another sheet that basically says,
Yeah.
hey, because you're gonna have somebody like me, it's gonna be sitting on the board going, prove me wrong.
Mhm.
Prove to me that you spent the 2,250, and if I know that the rest is supposed to be coming out of revolving,
Mhm.
okay, well, yeah, I spent $5,000 and 2,250 came out of here, we've already spent it, then I can go,
Right.
okay, I can't do anything about that one.
So here's a question, and this is just a general question.
Yep.
Ask away. That's
Seeing
what
as
this is for.
Andy has already overspent our line item for land maintenance this year, that means that we're gonna have to make sure that somewhere on our budget we underspend to make up that difference. Correct? So that way we don't
You
go
gotta
over the
balance it
budget.
from somewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So somewhere in our budget this year, it will reflect that we didn't spend it, even though we technically did because we overspent that one line item.
Well, there's 500 from the toilet paper line,
Yep.
so you can have that.
Right.
Sure. Well, I'm just saying in general, when we look at the budget, that's just something that we'll have to keep in mind of is we can't zero out every line because we already overspent.
Clarification would be good too, and you don't have to give it to me now, but if we could get it, so. Was it Letty who came in and was like, oh, well, if your heating bill goes up, you guys can just overspend your budget. And I was like, excuse me, what?
No, you
No.
can't.
No, you
Had
cannot.
option.
No,
You
no,
cannot.
no, yeah, no.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
We've always tried to come in as close to level
No.
funding
I
as
was like,
possible.
excuse me, what?
No, okay, so,
That's why I'm interested in that, we've never gone over on land maintenance
No,
before.
ever.
And that's why I'm like, is that why we did that? Because we've never done that. We've
Mm.
Yeah,
never
no.
gone over our
Over?
budget.
We did
Yeah.
last year.
if you have a budget of $80,000, you can't spend $100,000.
Exactly.
Right.
You better tell me where you're coming up with this extra money,
Right.
Mhm.
because last time I checked, there was no grand poopah that's sitting here
Sure.
going,
Yeah.
I grant you a bunch of money.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, like, whenever you create a position, you have to budget for that.
Agreed.
Right.
You can't just go,
Oof.
I'm gonna give that person $100,000.
Right.
Yeah.
Where did you pull the $100,000 from?
Right.
Yep.
I have to budget at my house.
Mhm.
Everyone has to budget.
No, yep.
So I have a maintenance budget. I put money in. Every time I get a paycheck, it automatically puts money into a maintenance account for my house. I know that I replaced my roof a few years ago. It was 16 grand. Nobody's floating around going, extra 16 grand just floating around so I can throw it on a roof.
Right.
I had a budget for that. And it took, probably 10 years of me throwing
Sure.
money in it to say, oh, look at that. That account grew.
Sure. Well, I know that's one of the problems
Same
with the
thing
revolving account currently is we don't know how much, we have projects that we need to get done, we just don't know how much money we can spend because we're missing our
Yeah.
town bill.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
so
a big
you guys got to get a hold of that. There is no just overspend.
No, that's,
If everyone did overspent, you guys would have already fixed all these projects and been like, hey, can you guys pay for 100%?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Any support you could give we have been pestering and bugging. and
Yeah.
I understand the town has been in a state
Chaos.
I've only
Disarray.
had 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm working.
but our last select board read.
Yeah.
Every time that we actually attended a meeting, it was brought up, where's our bill, where's our bill, we need
Yeah.
our bill, we need our bill.
Nothing happened.
No.
Correct.
And it wasn't from lack of Andy or Jason
Right.
trying to get it too, and I understand the finance department's been in a pickle as well, but we have projects we need to do this year before.
Right.
We've been asking them to pay the town. It's not like we were just.
couldn't do, a project that was a fall project of like cutting shrubs back,
Right.
because we don't know how much we need.
Right.
We're just speculating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and you.
And it's
and I
always
can
been a
tell
known
you that,
fact,
you know, I
though,
know
that
you're
rec
in
has always been
college
put on the
and
back
when
burner.
you get your own house and you have to budget for stuff, there is no hope to
Yeah.
God that somebody gives me this much money somewhere, or that
Yeah,
I
well-
win the lottery. It
Yeah.
doesn't ever work that way.
Well, that's why our projects have kind of paused.
So if
Right.
I can see you guys pausing because you're like, what do I owe still?
Right.
It's like a bad credit card.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
I don't know what I owe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like if you guys are still looking for 24 electric bills
Yeah.
to reconcile your 24,
Summer
they
staff.
might have spent that number. We don't know.
Right. Right. Yep. Right.
And, then the downside that happens is when we have people come before the board, the select board for special projects, and they have to come up with money, and they're like, oh yeah, we can find it. Where are you finding it?
Right. Right.
What magic pocket do you have? Because I haven't given you my wallet. I'm a taxpayer too. I
Right.
didn't ever take my wallet out and say, go ahead, help yourself.
Sure.
My
Yeah.
kids don't even touch my wallet.
Yeah.
I learned that from my dad. Don't touch with my wallet.
So I have here the notes to touch base with Julie on the electric offset,
Mhm.
get our updated electric bill, and check those line items there.
Yep.
Get the quarterly bill as soon as possible. Or the
No,
quarterly
I-
bills,
I-
2024.
Not as soon as possible.
Like yesterday.
I'm here for the bill.
Yep. I need
I have to get that for you. It's gonna take me a couple weeks. No, I'm here for the bill. How you doing? Here's my seat. Can you get me the bill?
And I need it to be before your board next
Yeah.
week, Wednesday, so that the following week.
You can present
it's
it.
in front of
Yeah.
the-
So
And you can be
the worst you
confident
can
in
do
going
is,
there
like,
and
what
doing
days are
he
you
said.
coming in?
To work. Well, I'm away on a conference tomorrow.
Mhm.
I'm in for just a couple hours on Friday, and then I should be a normal week Monday to Friday next week.
Like, what hours do you come in?
8:30 to 1:30.
All right, so she's not here on Mondays.
Hmm.
So
I'm off Tuesday.
you're off Tuesday.
No, I'm here Tuesday, but I have Tuesday to talk to her,
So you,
and then Wednesday's my meeting.
right, so
Yeah.
that gives you no time to do a presentation.
Yeah.
Because you still have to present to this board
Right.
before you present, and then you have to make sure everyone's happy with what you're presenting to them for you to then take that the next week to another board.
Mhm.
So,
Maybe you need to proactively ask to get pushed back.
yeah, I would really consider saying, I don't think I'm gonna be ready to present this budget.
Right.
Throw it back on, you haven't got me this information, so I can't be prepared to present the budget. So it's gonna get kicked. And until I get that information from you, I'm at a standstill.
Okay.
And so now it's an issue, not an issue me,
Okay.
Yeah.
right? That's just how it works.
Yeah.
It's business.
And I would recommend that as well, to be honest with you, because we do have to have this, now that we've made our corrections here, we are gonna have our meeting next week in front of the board so that they can all hear everything and agree and disagree, and maybe we do this, although I think we have a pretty tight budget after these couple little tweaks. And honestly, I literally would do what Bob said, like.
I'm not
we have-
easy.
We have waited long enough, like,
I'm-
we've been begging.
I
and
can tell you,
begging.
on the board,
It's getting ridiculous at this
I
point.
can scan things pretty quick. I did budget committee long enough. I can scan pretty quick and find something that doesn't make sense to me. I will hammer you on it.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
I will be relentless.
Mhm.
And you'll be like, what? And then I'm gonna go, he couldn't answer it. Let's zero it out. And you're gonna go, wow, I can't do that.
Mhm.
Okay, motion. I'll get a second.
Mhm.
And then we're gonna vote. So I want you to be prepared.
Mhm.
And I'm not being a jackass just
No,
to
no,
be a
no.
jackass.
Yeah.
I'm doing it because look at it like you know, wherever you might be 5, 10 years from now, if you can master this, you can move forward pretty quick.
I get you.
But I don't go into boardrooms with still waiting. Because you know what my boss is gonna go? Well, go get it. That's why my boss calls me the Badger. Because they call me up and say, I've been trying to get this information from this person, they can't get it. Yeah, all right, when do you want it by? This afternoon by 2? You'll have it by 1. Because I'll drive down to Boston and show up at somebody's desk. So, you know, and I want this information. You know, we have teams at work. I see that green light on, oh, their phone blows up. I don't stop. It's just constantly. You're gonna answer one of these times. I had to do this before, and I remember the person actually, my boss was actually in the office in Boston, and that person went over to my boss and they're like, who's this guy and why is he blowing up my phone? He works for you. She's like, yeah, well, the boss has put him on a task, so you better call him back.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need this information. Get it? Give me the information. Okay. So I want you to gently persistent, and then it becomes just persistent, and then it becomes, well, now it's a you problem because you're going to have to now accommodate when I can present this budget because I'm not going to be prepared because I'm lacking the information that you didn't give me.
Okay.
So if you're still looking for electric bills from 24, how can you can't, that's a huge line. It's $6,200.
Right. Yeah.
And by my calculation, right now, based on what you told me, we should have shelled out $7,260 already in that line item. That's just simple math. That's just taking your $1,100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, we're going to pay $7,260. You're going to pay the rest. So that's my 55% because you should have $13,200 for the year. If I do 12 months at $1,100, we should be paying $7,260. And if you're still stuck on 24, well, then we're in the fourth quarter. So
Right.
$7,260. Bang. I should have already paid it, but your line item's $6,200. So I technically should probably be increasing that.
Right.
We're not gonna recommend an increase on the electric bill.
No.
But-
We're gonna eat it, because
no.
we need to get our salary covered, but yes.
Right.
But you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Oh,
eventually you get bit.
Right.
You can only kick it, but you can only kick
Yeah.
it so long before.
Yeah, we
Something's
went up
gotta
a couple of
give.
years ago on oil, I think, and
Right.
electric.
Yeah.
But it's been a while. We try to keep this a very level budget.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I was happy to see Harry's out there is still at $2.99. I'm like,
Yep.
yay.
I know. Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
Or I gotta get more pellets.
Yeah.
So you'll figure that out when you buy a house.
Yeah.
How can I heat or I'm not gonna go broke?
Yep.
Um,
Exactly.
2008, it sucked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hopefully that gives you enough to make you dangerous.
Okay.
But I would definitely, I'm concerned that you guys aren't gonna be prepared by next week. You really have to have your package ready to go next week, because you gotta present it to this board, which then has to present it the following week, and not everyone's getting together. So I don't know if you're gonna have your budget in a nice little box with a bow on it for next week. I'm not confident.
So for me personally, because it's such a hot commodity, like it's obviously has to be done ASAP, is if you can, I would personally recommend emailing her tonight and giving her all the information we just talked about.
Okay.
So
And then follow up
and then follow up.
in person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Jason, I totally get this has got all thrown on you.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
So like, whatever you need for help, like,
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
shoot me an email.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll probably stop in anyway, because I stopped in today.
Okay.
I'm working from home tomorrow, so I'll probably stop in and I can kind of go.
At a conference
FYI,
tomorrow.
this is coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For me, I always tell the people that, you know, that report to me, I'm usually like, don't let me ever get caught up.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to have the same respect to other people. Like, if you can you go find this information, please? Because it's going to come back.
Yeah.
And then they're pre-warned where they can be like, so when you walk through the door, they can be like, yeah, here you go.
Right.
All right.
Because if I get caught off guard,
No one's having a good day.
I call that the ugly stick.
Mm,
Sit in the
Yeah.
Band-Aid chair. Why? Because you're gonna have a boo-boo by the time you leave.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
So I want you to be realistic of what you're asking for. I really, unless you are comfortable next week coming forward with it in a nice package with a bow on it, I would also, on one of your little note things to ask, is what date would we be able to move it to if we can't present on the 28th?
yeah,
Because then you want to be able to come back to the board next week and say, do you think we're going to be able to do this on the 28th? Yay or nay? And if we're not, this is the other date that they're proposing. What's everyone else's schedule look like?
yeah.
Because everyone's time is
Yeah.
valuable.
Yeah.
So
And I
you
think
know, like,
having that data.
you knew you were
points-
having this meeting tonight, but you didn't have you had a fight to get a quorum.
Yeah,
So just being prepared, right?
Sure.
So if you know, like, all right, we can't do the 28th, now can I do November 14th or something like that?
Okay.
Because I think we're not going to be meeting that week of Thanksgiving.
right,
Um,
right.
That's always one of those ones that's kind of up in the air because it
Yeah.
really,
4 weeks in November, isn't that?
Yeah,
yeah, but if people are traveling, and that's the problem that runs into when you look at like the
Yeah, but,
25th, we probably won't be meeting.
you.
'Cause of
that's the fifth
Thanksgiving.
week of the month.
yeah.
But there's
Yeah.
still 4 weeks in November.
You s-
so.
Well, no, you have the 4th, the 11th, the 18th, and the 25th, and the 25th won't happen. You got 3 weeks in November. You gotta look at Tuesday.
Because of that traveling, so I would say 4th or the 11th. I don't think I would
So
even
it's-
go down to the 18th.
Yeah, because if you guys are supposed to present on the 28th,
Correct.
I don't think you're gonna be prepared. I mean,
If you
today's the
get all
15th.
that information that he told you to get, I'll come in here on Monday, you'll be ready to go next Monday. If
Yeah,
you're not ready, I'll do it for you, but you will be ready. I'll
Yeah.
come in here on Monday with you with 2 hours, if you get the info, I can tell you exactly what they're gonna ask and push back on, because it's reasonable. I
Yeah.
can look at it, like I told you before, the electricity and the oil, you just
Right.
need to explain to those people that don't know anything, they're just looking at numbers and asking reasonable questions, you just need to say, here's
if you have
why.
somebody that's like just overspend,
No,
they
no.
aren't
No.
grasping it. You're
No,
gonna have
no,
somebody
no,
like
no,
me, it's
no.
gonna be sitting there going, make this make sense. If it makes sense to me, and I always tell people, explain it to me like I'm a 5th grader. If you can explain it to me like a 5th grader and I can get it, I'll sell it all day long, because you need to get me on board, because I have to, especially now that I'm your rep for this board, you need to get me on board so I can sell it to everyone else, and that they're comfortable with me selling.
Sure.
If I think somebody doesn't grasp it and doesn't understand it,
Right,
good luck.
So if everyone is on board, as far as us,
I can get this thing
consensus
passed.
on
I
Wednesday.
can get it passed quick.
Well, that's what, so I was just gonna say, where you're our select board rep, what are your priorities, and like, are there any things you'd like to accomplish while the time you're in this position?
Can you do me a favor?
If you can get those answers, I'll be golden.
So all you want is a good budget, that we
He
know
just
what our
needs the
numbers are,
numbers.
there's nothing that's glaring holes.
He wants
Okay.
the budget and he wants, remember the spreadsheet
I want the
we did
revolving.
to show
Yeah.
what we spent out of the
Which-
revolving.
Especially for the ones that don't line up, like you said, we're spending 15,000, but it shows here 6,000, you
Right.
like, because that's justification as to why we got
Yes,
6,000.
it just
or whatever
shows
this
I
For
need
what
to
it- for what it
substantiate,
is.
number, and I need to know, like, it's kind of like code enforcement, right? And building inspection.
mm-hmm,
Well, how much money did you take in? I want to offset your job. Jason, offset your job. Make money. It's your revenue generator.
yeah,
It's great, it goes into a revolving account, but I need to know that you're basically, it's a viable entity for the town
Mhm.
to have that rec there, because we're also, not only are you servicing the community, but you're also paying 45%.
right,
And taking care of the land and the upkeep, like that's town land, that would need to be mowed anyway,
Yeah,
right,
right? We're taking care of some things that.
Yeah.
that the
otherwise I
town
make it a
would
big cemetery,
right,
because we're gonna need one.
yeah,
have.
yeah.
And
And
what
that's a
about
lot of plots. I can sell them all.
for the director in the seasonal role? You're on board with the fact that the town voted and we approved that at with the warrant article?
Am I
this
on
year?
board with it? I think
I
there
mean-
was a warrant article to add it, but I always warn everybody, you can add, and you can remove. And the one thing you have to be careful about is, there was a warrant article to add a part-time position, but whenever you have somebody leave and you get somebody come in, I'm worried always, because I don't know what the warrant articles are gonna be, because they have until February to submit them. You could get somebody that's going, hey, you guys didn't offer the service that I normally would have had, but you increased it. So now I'm gonna do a warrant article and I'm gonna remove the part-time position you put
In
in.
the future, yeah.
That's for next year though, right? That has nothing to do.
No, it can happen, it can
can
happen
happen.
for March.
Well,
Okay, for
to my
March,
knowledge,
which is 6-7 months away, right? But nothing can happen.
That's
You're
the-
on
that's
board
part
with
of-
this budget
no,
as
that's-
it stands and for us to approve as of
Right, but
this
somebody
year.
comes in and they could say,
It could change.
they could literally rip that position right out of here.
Right.
This budget, everything is on the floor in that meeting. And because now I'm elected, I can't go on vacation early. Last year, when you guys had your town meeting, I was on St. Martin.
That's right, you were.
I was at St. Martin going, this is the first meeting I missed in 20 years. And then I had to come back early anyway, because my mom went into the
Oh,
hospital,
good.
so. But, so to me, that's always a concern for mine, because they have until February to submit for their warrant articles.
Mhm.
And you had transition, whenever I have transition anywhere, it's an unknown.
Yeah.
It's an unknown,
Yeah.
it's a wild card, I
Right.
don't know.
Right.
There could be somebody pissed off because they didn't get to go on the haunted ride. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But we deal with that when it comes, right?
Well, then
Yeah.
that's another animal, right? Because you guys aren't gonna find about that until February, so hopefully we approve the budget. The deal is the select board, you want them to be on board, and then I need the budget committee to be on board, because I want us both to be on the same page. Historically, if we go to that meeting and the select board has one thought process, and the budget committee has a different process, it's divided.
Mhm.
It's a crapshoot. I don't know what you're gonna get. Majority of the time, they go with the lesser of the evils. What cost me less? So that's a chance, and I don't like going in those, I don't like those odds. So I wanna make sure that I'm comfortable with it. I can sell it to Letty,
Yeah.
who's gonna be bringing it to the budget committee, because she's the rep to the budget committee. So if she's comfortable with it, and she says, we reviewed these numbers, and this is why we're comfortable with it, and then I can go with you guys to the budget committee meeting when you have to present too, and say, this is why it's this way. The good thing is usually Julie will be there too, and say, yes, we've looked at the numbers,
Mhm.
and they're viable, and based on the warrant article, but then you guys really have to keep that in the back of your mind, that somebody comes up with a warrant article
Right.
to reduce it.
Yeah, well, that's the delivery of the programs that we promised, right? It's like, so that is a little.
And that's where
different
you
than
have to
this.
know, so like, when we go to the town meeting,
Hmm.
your presentation won't be as easy as this. This is cakewalk.
Hmm.
So Jason, just kind of, we'll do exactly what we did last year.
Yep.
We had the PowerPoint.
Yep.
And we had the matching Excel to go with it.
So-
It's very easy to create.
My question, do we need to go to when I say we, myself, until there's a new director, do I need to go to the town in March for our budget? Because to my knowledge, last year was the first time Andy ever went to a town meeting, and that was for this.
Well, you live in town, right?
Correct.
So you're gonna vote anyway, right? Congratulations, you're not going on spring break until after that day, just like I'm not going on
What
spring.
I'm getting at though is, do I need to prepare to present something? Because to my knowledge,
No,
we've
we
never
don't
had to present.
Typically, you
present.
don't.
You typically have to sometimes defend.
Yes.
By
Yeah.
onto the microphone and defend
Which-
it
which-
each time.
Yeah, for example,
Which
if
Andy
somebody
did.
came up with a warrant
The last
article
one.
to eliminate the
Sure.
part-time position,
Well, in that situation,
somebody's gotta get up there, and I
I
can
agree
sit
with-
up, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna have, the budget committee's gonna speak to it,
sure.
and since I'm the rep to this board, I'm gonna speak to it.
Mhm.
And then,
Well, in my
but if there's a warrant article, it's probably gonna be a citizen's petition.
Sure.
Yeah.
Which are on wild cards, I never know what they're gonna be, but I can tell you, I've already heard some inklings out there in the community, the taxes are going up, they're
Sure.
not happy with the reevaluation, they're upset with KRT, and, oh my God, my taxes are gonna
Right.
go through the roof.
Yeah.
So they're looking at like, well, could we remove, what can we remove? And I've already heard the floating of the part-time rec.
that's fine.
So if that happens, you guys have to defend that.
Sure.
Of course,
What I'm
and
getting at
it'll get defended only because at town meeting last year, it was highly defended by a lot of folks, older and families, but
But
who-
if I get the tax
but
bill in
who knows what it's
December-
gonna be? I mean,
If I got a tax bill in December and it went up by $1,500,
sure,
how happy are you gonna be?
No, I get that.
And-
I get that.
We also know we had a transition,
Yeah.
they're gonna say,
Right.
maybe
You know, there's
Andy.
a good chance of this.
Yeah.
So,
It could be. It could be. But
in the ideal world, where hopefully that doesn't happen,
correct.
There's no
I don't
need
know
to
until,
be-
I don't know
Right.
February,
well, okay,
Right.
but you
Right.
should still have,
something.
Yeah.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing is, we can have something, but we don't know exactly what we need until we know what.
And
we're
like
trying
I
to
said,
No.
honestly, like, what we prepared last year is the great approach.
Yeah.
It had exactly what Bob was looking for.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
We said, this is
Yeah.
what the town paid, oh, and this is what
And this
was
is how
also
it all
an
yeah.
expense for a town building, a town piece of land.
Yeah.
That was funded through the revolving.
Right.
and as long as you're coming prepared, personally, I don't think you're gonna be prepared to present to the select board by the 20th.
Are you here Wednesday next week? Are you gonna be at the regular meeting that we have?
Select board
or-
meeting?
No, no,
Oh,
at
No,
our
at
meeting.
our
I'll-
meeting.
I'll come back.
If you will, then let's plan to
Yep.
present to him and you come ready to fire away at us
Oh,
and
yeah, I
pick
don't
it
even have-
apart.
I don't even have practice.
There you go, right? So,
Right.
I mean,
Not that I'm confident about it.
I'm always
but-
someone who's like, let's keep it on the more positive side and get what we need to be get done.
you-
I've been under fire before for things for work that like you just get it done. So my suggestion again, I would email Julie so she has that email ahead of time. She is now going to be in the office for the next couple of days. That gives her a jump start. You can follow up with her on Friday when you are here. And that way the ball is already in play. It's in her court, and now we just say, listen, we've been waiting on this forever.
Yeah, when you're talking
Um,
fourth quarter,
Yeah, no, like still,
Forward.
I'm still blown.
I'm in the fourth quarter.
by,
now.
yeah, right.
I mean,
You
you're
need to-
behind.
you
You're
need to-
bad.
Super aware.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what you do.
So tee it up. I
unfortunately,
agree with
I'm-
teeing it up.
So
Oh,
I'm
no.
not gonna be here.
Well, I thought you were bringing the dinner for all of us.
Oh,
But you can email me, Jason,
Okay.
if you have any trouble with
Yeah.
the Excel from last year.
Yeah, and I would actually say,
It should just be add new column and
Yeah.
plug in.
Yeah,
new
it just-
numbers in. It
yeah.
should-
and once you get those, I would really, because you're the chair, right?
mm-hmm,
Send it to Julie. She
Yep.
can disseminate it to everybody.
Mhm.
As a BCC, so no one's
Yep.
replying all. and
Yep,
form
yep.
that You're not supposed to.
yep, exactly.
Already been
Nope.
addressing that on the select board.
Yep,
reply
don't
all.
hit reply all.
Put everyone in the BCC, they can't.
Right,
They can only
Right.
reply to you.
yes, correct.
I would get her the draft as quick as you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
And say, where do you see me tweaking it?
Yeah,
Because then the rest of the board can say, I've taken a look at it, Julie, have them do this, or have them do this.
yeah,
It's just getting your ducks in a row.
Yep.
Right now, I see what you're doing, but I already corrected one,
Sure.
and that took me
Seconds.
2 minutes
yeah,
to figure out your salary.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have some knucklehead like me that's gonna be able to know how to use a calculator.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Been a few years that didn't have that.
I know.
Some of them really- They didn't know the calculator existed.
yes.
I know, well,
Um,
clearly they
are
didn't, if
you
they
all
said you
set?
can just overspend on it.
Are you guys all set? Because we're gonna call,
Motion to adjourn?
motion to adjourn, yes.
You know, it's non-negotiable, right?
I know that.
You just, all in favor. and then you decide.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting's over, turn off the camera.